the world's biggest superstar.
Forgive me.
Madonna, thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak and Lorraine. It is a real honour. And I actually have to start by bringing you big congratulations from the UK, because MDNA was your 12th UK #1 album. But that is significant for one reason, because it's now overtaken Elvis, and you have the most #1 UK albums by any solo artist in history. And you're actually only 3 albums off taking over the Beatles'
Really?
all-time record. Yeah.
Okay, that's my next goal.
Yes. I mean, when you hear statistics like that, does it sort of blow your mind? Can you take them in?
Yeah, I mean, it gives me a sense of accomplishment, for sure.
And we miss you in the UK, because obviously we don't see as much of you
I know,
these
it's
days.
a drag, and I miss London. I do. And I'll be back when I come there on tour, of course. I haven't been traveling much because I've been working so very hard.
You have,
Yes,
you have.
for my loyal fans in the UK.
Could you think of one thing that you missed the most about the UK and one thing that you missed the least?
I miss riding my bike everywhere. I miss the British sense of humor.
Yes.
Yeah. What I miss the least? Congestion charge.
We were talking just about my favourite track on the album, but we can't actually say the name, because it's
give
got
me
a
a
naughty
clue?
word in it. Well, okay, let's just say you admit on this track that sometimes you, shall we say, muck up. I don't think people expect Madonna to actually admit that she makes mistakes.
Why not?
Because I think people just assume that actually
But
you've
I
had
just go
such
around thinking I'm right all the time.
Well, no, but you've had such an such an incredibly successful career, haven't you?
I know,
mean,
but I still make mistakes, and I have to say I'm sorry to people. And
Yes.
I do. I do.
the last time we saw you in London was as Madonna, the film director. And since then, you've actually won a Golden Globe.
Yeah.
Caused a little bit of controversy by beating Elton John to that award. That must have been pretty damn cool.
Well, it was nice to win a Golden
Yeah.
Globe, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you didn't really take a break. You went straight into
No,
recording.
and that's, yes, I'm a little bit grumpy about that.
I mean, do you ever just think, gosh...
I'm tired, yes.
Yeah, like, do you, well, you don't look it, but do you ever just think, gosh, I want to sit on the sofa for 2 months, put my feet
I'm
up.
thinking that right now.
Is the interview that bad?
No, not because of you. No, no, just going from my movie to my record.
Yes.
You know, the Super Bowl and rehearsing for my tour. I really haven't had a break, and you know, sometimes I think I'm Superwoman and I can do it all. And right about now, in the middle of my tour, I'm thinking, wow, maybe I should have taken a few months off. But I have 4 kids, so everything factors into all of my decisions, because I think being on tour in the summertime is better, because they can be on the road with me and they don't miss school. So, you know, I don't just make decisions on my own anymore.
Obviously, we're pretty proud of 2 artists at the moment. Adele, who I think you're a bit of a
I
fan
love
of.
her. Yeah,
Would you like
she's-
to work with her?
Yeah, well, I would love to. I would love to meet her. I think she's brilliant. I
That
love
would be one heck of a collaboration,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? And quite different.
She's cool.
And then on the other
I
end-
wanted her to be in the Super Bowl with me. But she was having her throat problem or a throat operation or something.
So
So
maybe Hyde Park in July?
I don't know, maybe.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, have you heard of One Direction?
It's a pop group, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a British boy band. Lourdes
Yes,
probably knows
yes,
about
yes,
them.
yes.
Who was formed by Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
But you probably don't know too much about
I haven't seen them yet. No, sorry.
Okay.
Slap my hand.
There have been rumours over many years that you have been approached by all of these TV talent shows, The Voice, Simon Cowell's The X Factor. You would sort of be the ultimate judge, really. Is that something that you would ever consider doing?
I haven't really thought about it, to tell you the truth, and I've never actually seen any of those shows.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch television. And contests, well, everybody's a bit contest obsessed. I don't actually like the idea of being a judge. It's so subjective, like what's good and what isn't.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. The final thing, I guess, and the most important thing I should ask is, are you happy?
Yes, I am. Very happy, thank you.
So what was she really like then, Dan? What does she look like up close, more important?
I have to say, she actually looked incredible. She really, really did. I mean, I have to say, this is a woman who is working out 2 hours in the gym every day at the moment and then going into rehearsals for her world tour. So she is very, very focused on fitness. And she actually says, because she's so committed to all of that, that she feels like she's living in a bubble at the moment. So she was a bit embarrassed when I asked about One Direction. She was quite apologetic afterwards because she said, look, I don't have any time to watch TV, read newspapers, go on the internet, because when I'm not working, I have to be with my kids. And that's why we did the interview at 11:30 at night, so she could sort of stack her work all in one day, so that the next night she'd get to be with the kids. So she actually is a genuinely hands-on mum.
Well, that's brilliant. And we're going to hear more of what she's like as a mum and how much she loves it, aren't we, in Lorraine?
That's right. And obviously what we all want to know is Lourdes, who seems to be a bit of an aspiring singer, going to follow in her footsteps?
She doesn't want to be me. I think she wants to be herself, and she can do many things. She can play the piano, she can dance, she can sing, but I don't think she really knows what she wants to do, and I'm not going to push her in any direction. I want her to come to that organically.
Great actress,
That's
lovely
great.
interview, Dan. Thanks so much indeed.
Thank you.
Keep watching for more Madonna coming up later on Lorraine.
One of the world's most famous faces, a woman known simply by her first name. Dan Wootton went to meet Madonna. Dan's back with us now. So, come on, what happened?
Well, I actually got a phone call last week saying, do you want to fly out to New York and interview Madonna? And I thought about it for about, you know, a split second before I said, get me on that plane. But what's so great about this interview, she's only done 4 in the world to promote her album,
that's great.
MDNA. 1 for America, a couple for Europe, and then this is her only UK interview.
Wow.
She chose to do it with us, and she was very open, and she speaks about motherhood and what she thinks about Kate Middleton, and I think that we see a softer side to Madonna, really. It was at 11:30 at night. She was calm. It was a nice chat.
Well, let's have a look.
She's sold over 300 million records worldwide. She's had 60 UK top 10 hits, and she's had the most #1 UK albums by any solo artist in history. One of your children, Lourdes, she appears on MDNA, or we hear her at least.
Yes.
The backing vocals to Superstar, which I think was really exciting, actually. But if she came to you when she was 18 and said, Mum, I want to follow in your footsteps, I want to launch a pop
She would never
career,"
say that.
She wouldn't?
No, I don't think she wants to follow. She doesn't want to be me. I think she wants to be herself, and she can do many things. She can play the piano, she can dance, she can sing, but I don't think she really knows what she wants to do, and I'm not going to push her in any direction. I want her to come to that organically.
A theme that does come out listening to the album is the fact that you are pretty honest about how it is difficult at times to balance being a career woman and a
working mum.
Well, yeah, and a very hands-on mum as well. So how do you prioritise?
It's hard. I mean, it's always a juggling act. Right now, I'm working quite a lot, so sometimes, often, to the irritation of my manager, I say no to things.
Yeah.
I should be out promoting my record a lot more, but if I do that, then I have no free time with my children, so I have to make sacrifices.
Now, we have to talk about the tour.
Yes.
And I guess the first time we saw you in some time performing was the Super Bowl performance.
Yeah.
And it was incredible. It was epic. And one thing that people said instantly was, how does she get into shape like that so quickly? What's the secret? Please share it.
So quickly, I mean, I don't just, I mean, I'm always trying to stay in shape, so
Yeah.
it's not like I went from a couch potato to a cannonball.
So what did you do? I mean, are you in the gym every day? What's your secret?
Yeah, working out, dancing. I dance a lot in my house. I have a dance studio in my house, so I dance to a lot of dance music.
And you're rehearsing for the tour right now, aren't you? Which
And that is quite a calorie burner.
Yes.
Just doing the show gets you into shape.
And your first UK date is right in the middle of summer. And I mean, it's a huge summer in London for when you're there, the Olympics, and also the Queen's Diamond Jubilee. So we've got the Queen of Pop and then Queen Elizabeth II. celebrating something pretty remarkable.
It's the year of the Queen.
Yes. And obviously, WE, there were some royal themes. I mean, have you followed the emergence of Kate Middleton on the royal scene over the last year?
A little bit.
What do you make of her?
I think she's quite charming and intelligent. Nice. A breath of fresh air.
Obviously, we're pretty proud of two artists at the moment. Adele, who I think you're a bit of a
I
fan
love
of.
her.
Would
Yeah,
you like to
she's-
work with her?
Yeah, well, I would love to. I would love to meet her. I think she's brilliant. I
That
love
would be one heck of a collaboration,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? And quite different.
She's cool.
And then on the other
I
end,
wanted her to be in the Super Bowl with me. But I think she was having her throat problem or throat operation or something.
so maybe Hyde Park in July?
I don't know, maybe.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
And then on the other end of the spectrum, have you heard of One Direction?
It's a pop group, right?
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's a British boy band. Lourdes
Yes,
probably knows
yes,
about
yes,
this.
yes.
Who was formed by Simon Cowell.
Yeah.
But you probably don't know too much about
I haven't seen them yet. No, sorry.
Over-
Slap my hand.
There have been rumours over many years that you have been approached by all of these TV talent shows, The Voice, Simon Cowell's The X Factor. You would sort of be the ultimate judge, really. Is that something that you would ever consider doing?
I haven't really thought about it, to tell you the truth, and I've never actually seen any of those shows.
Really?
Yeah, I don't watch television. And contests, well, everybody's a bit contest obsessed. I don't actually like the idea of being a judge. It's so subjective, like what's good and what isn't.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. The final thing, I guess, and the most important thing I should ask is, are you happy?
Yes, I am. Very happy, thank you.
Oh, I felt a bit scared. She is intimidating because she is just such a goddess. Were you starstruck? Because you were really relaxed there. You didn't look frightened.
Yeah, I think the thing is I had watched a whole load of interviews that Madonna had done through
Right.
the years, and that did make me a little bit scared, I have to say, because, you know, the thing with her is that she listens to everything that
Yeah.
you say, unlike a lot of celebrities who just hear a question and basically give an answer and say whatever they want. You know, she listened to everything. And
Yeah.
actually afterwards, you know, she said to me about the fact that, for example, she didn't know who One Direction was, and she said, look, what you've got to understand is I live in a bubble, or she actually said, I live in a bubble or I live in a tent. She couldn't decide how she would
Oh, that's
describe it.
interesting.
And it was because she's currently very much focused on her tour rehearsals for the world tour.
Right.
And then she does 2 hours in the gym a day on
Yeah.
top of that. And then she goes home. And the reason
Eat brown rice and drink cold water.
well, and to be a mum. To be a
Yeah.
mum, you see. And she is actually a genuinely very hands-on mum. And so what that means, you see, is that, and the reason we did the interview so late, I mean, it was nearly midnight when we finished, was because if she works, she puts all of the work in one day, so that the rest of the week she has off, you know, and she does now turn down most requests for things that she gets.
Well, that's why you're so lucky. And what was she like when the camera turned off?
She was-
Did you have that light on, light off thing that a lot of celebrities can have?
No, not at all. I mean, she treated me really, really nicely. Her whole team was very delightful as well, and it is quite a tight-knit team. And so for me, I saw none of these sort of...
Did she give you anything to eat or drink?
No, I
Nothing.
don't think she does much of that. Few exercise tips, you know, and she wasn't happy when I suggested that at some point she may have got out of shape. But I did explain to her after I was referring to the fact that she had obviously been doing so much directing, and she didn't get to go to the gym when she was a director, but
Okay.
she looked incredible.
Well, I just loved watching that. It's brilliant that you met her. Thank you so much. You're going to stay with me.